students, welcome to my video lecture. In this video, let us work out one simple problem on deduction under section 80C, 80CCC and 80CCD. So here, after going through the last video lecture, I hope you understood which all are the investments or payments eligible for deduction under section 80C. So here, in this question, it is given, Mr. Komal, a salaried employee, has made the following payments or investments during the year. What all he has paid? He has paid LIC premium for self, for spouse, then he has also paid tuition fees of 2 children, then contribution to public provident fund, 5 years FD in bank, then he has also repaid principal on housing loan, ELSS 35,000. So all these are the various payments made by the assessee during the year. Now, whether all these are eligible for deduction under section 80C, the question is here to calculate deduction under section 80C. So let us see all these points one by one. The first one, LIC premium for self and spouse. What the Act says? The Act says that LIC premium paid for self, spouse and children are eligible for deduction under section 80C. But if it is paid for the parents, it is not eligible. So in this question, it is clearly mentioned that it is paid for self as well as for spouse. So both are eligible for deduction. Next is regarding tuition fees. The Act says that tuition fees paid for 2 children are eligible for deduction. If it is given as school books fees or vehicle fees or cost of food and all, uniform fees and all these are not eligible. Here it is clearly mentioned that tuition fees, so it is eligible for deduction. Then contribution to public provident fund. Both contribution to public provident fund, contribution to recognized provident fund. Both are eligible for deduction under section 80C. Then a 5-year FD in bank. It is clearly mentioned that 5 years FD and it is deposited in bank. So bank means we can assume that it is scheduled bank. But if it is given as cooperative society, something like that, we assume that it is not cooperative. It's because it is clearly mentioned over there. So the rule says that 5-year FD or time deposit, what we say, if it is deposited in a scheduled bank, it is eligible. That means the assessee can claim deduction. So here he can claim deduction under section 80C. Then repayment of principal on housing loan. When he repays the housing loan, he pays principal together with interest. So here we have to bifurcate principal amount and interest amount separately, because principal amount what he has repaid is eligible for deduction under section 80C and interest amount is eligible for deduction under section 24 while computing deduction under house bank. So here the question is to calculate the deduction in section 80C and it is clearly mentioned that it is principal amount, so we have to consider it. Then equity linked savings scheme. This is also eligible for deduction in section 80C. So if we total all the items which are given here, we get the amount of rupees 2,80,000. Now by remembering the last session, can you answer me that whether 2,80,000 is eligible for deduction in section 80C? No, because the maximum limit put by the Act to claim deduction under section 80C together with 80CCC and 80CCD is rupees 1,50,000. So the answer we have to give is the deduction available is rupees 1,50,000.